Today, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how you go about keyword research in the zero click era. I'm going to be unraveling the secrets, los secretos, of how you go about keyword research in this crazy era and why you should be doing your keyword research slightly differently considering this hugely disruptive change in search engine optimization, and why the experience of search is changing and exactly how you can approach keyword research in this zero-click era. So let's get into it. If you haven't yet subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. The other day, YouTube told me that 73% of people aren't subscribed to my channel and that are watching my videos. So if you're watching my videos, please subscribe. It would help me a lot. And if you want any free SEO training, templates, prompt libraries, anything like that, check out the description. I'm going to drop all the links below. I've been doing SEO for 8 years and I'm really excited to share with you today exactly how you should approach zero-click era keyword research. So let's get into it. So have you ever noticed that Google is transitioning away from people having to click on actual websites to get the answers to their searches? Hello, this is zero-click search. And if you're still doing keyword research the traditional way, then you might be missing the bus. So here's the problem. Zero-click searches happen when somebody makes a search but doesn't click through to your website. They might see your brand, they might even see a link to your website, but they don't click. Because Google gives them a snippet, it even gives them a paragraph, it even gives them an expanded response that is sufficient or suffices their search, and therefore preventing them from clicking on your website. And that matters if you are in the business of attracting people to your website to convert them hopefully into opportunity. As you know, I always say traffic is still very important because traffic equals attention, and attention is the new gold. And traffic means people seeing your brand and potentially turning into prospects or buying your products or services. But here's the truth. You can't cherry pick that easily your way around this. You've got to get on this bus and rethink your keyword structure, rethink your keyword strategy, and most importantly, how you're going to approach research for targeting these keywords that actually turn into real sessions on your website. So the biggest thing is the shift in the keyword research. We're talking going from static funnels, just traditional keyword research and keyword targeting, to awareness, consideration, conversion. This is over. This doesn't work the same way anymore, guys. Amigos, search is dynamic. It is experience-led. It is fragmented and it's highly personalized. And that is why SEO is changing so much this year than it has ever done in the past 5 years or in the past 8 years of me doing SEO. You can't just stack a bunch of informational content on your website hoping to turn that immediately into high intent converting traffic. It ain't gonna work. Instead, you're gonna have to double down on 2 categories of content. You're gonna have to double down on different content clusters. And we're gonna break down today exactly what those content formats are and how to approach that research. So there are 2 types of keyword intent that we need to be familiar with: transactional and commercial. These are the queries where users are ready to act. Buy, subscribe, opt in, whatever the conversion event that you care about. These are the types of keywords that we're going to be focused on in this video. They are less likely to be swallowed up in the zero-click era because they're focused on a specific intent, maybe a decision they're already made or a decision they're about to make. Google and the LLMs identify these and are more likely to send the traffic back to your website. So you're going to be saying, hey, this means we just focus all of our keywords on commercial and transactional? Absolutely not. We still need informational depth. You can't just cherry pick the bottom of the funnel if you've never gained any authority in informational content. Don't throw away the informational keywords or queries altogether. This is where you get your EEAT, which stands for experience, expertise, authority, and trust. A really important Google update white paper that happened a couple of years ago, which I'm going to link up here. I'm going to show a screenshot of, that really informs whether or not you're relevant and you're an authority in a topic and your website is a good place for Google to send its users or its traffic. Google rewards brands that demonstrate topical depth. Also, Google detests lazy content creators. I've said this for a long time, but Google doesn't like people who skim along the surface talking about topics that they don't really show expertise or depth in. If you abandon informational content, you lose the credibility, which is kind of the pillar or the foundation for then targeting those transactional and commercial intent keywords. This fuels the visibility for the rest of your keyword targeting. The question here is how you balance the different intent of keywords that you're going to research. So how to adapt your keyword research? Let's get into that. So here's how you can adapt, align, and update and transition your keyword research, including bringing in AI to facilitate this process and make it more efficient. Yes, and if you aren't already subscribed, I have a bunch of SEO prompts, content libraries, templates, and training videos in the links in this description of this video. You can go and check them out. I even have some free training, a free masterclass, and I explain how we can bring in AI to SEO to facilitate some of these processes. So first of all, step number one, map queries by intent, not funnel stage. Now, this is a big shift in how we've approached SEO in past couple of years and how this is going to change in the zero-click era. So identify what transactional keywords or queries drive real revenue or real sheet, and make a list of what keywords drive you leads and opportunity and inquiries that are transactional or commercial versus what keywords are informational driven, and identify how they are linked. So which ones are of the same content clusters or topics. Start thinking about mapping the keywords according to the intent and not just the funnel. Own click-worthy spaces. Now, this is very simple, but also very difficult. Target keywords where the snippet alone doesn't suffice the response. So think about this. If I ask Google, I need a plumber to fix my basin that is leaking, it's most likely it's going to bring up all of the local Google My Business results. Now, this probably isn't a very relevant example if you're on B2B, but as an example, Google is more likely to give me a list of local plumbers than if I type how to fix a leaking basin. Target keywords where the snippet alone isn't good enough or won't satisfy the user intent. That's where people must search, click, and visit your brand or your website. Integrate informational depth. What does this mean? So traditionally, we just think about blogs, but let's go beyond that. Let's think about how we can add high value content. I've talked about high value content assets in the past. But how can you create unique research or findings that are link worthy, but also drive authority? People often overlook this. 100 pieces of badly created blog content would do more harm than 2 pieces of really high quality content. So if 2 original research pieces are better than 100 pieces of badly created blog content, don't think twice. Create content wisely and choose value over volume. Use blogs, guides, research, white papers, ebooks, explainers, showcase your expertise. They won't always convert directly, but they do directly impact your authority, acquiring organic backlinks and showing yourself as the expert in your space. Lastly, adopt AI. Now, I obviously have a ton of training on this and free resources. If you want to find them, they're in the description of this video. But use ChatGPT 5 or your LLM or AI tool of choice to build your keyword research analysis, automate categorizing keywords by intent and stages in the buyer journey, and use agents to support your keyword hygiene, organizing by intent, and classifying your research so you can make informed decisions and build a better content strategy that brings you traffic to your website and not just zero-click searches. For example, a B2B website that I currently manage drives 50,000 organic searches a month. I'm using the following distribution of keywords to position the website and allow it to get the traffic it deserves. Top of funnel, which is informational, and allocating 20% of my resources to target top of the funnel search terms. Top of the funnel that is research and navigational, so it's a little bit more intent than just informational searches, I am allocating 20%. This area of the funnel really is about showing expertise. It's where I can own findings. It's where I can position myself as a collector or a recipient of information. People can kind of come to me as a glossary, for example, of terms. We need to be known for certain subjects that might not always drive us traffic, but do show authority. Middle of the funnel. This is where 30% of my budget and resource allocation goes. This is comparison keywords, buying guides, the best of XYZ, comparing brands to brands, solutions to solutions, talking about certain pain points for certain use cases, talking about specific buyer journey pain points that allocate to a specific solution. This helps drive AI citation, as well as obviously driving warm traffic to my website. And lastly, bottom of the funnel. Everyone likes bottom of the funnel. This is where I spend 30% of my resources and budget allocation. This is where I focus pure transactional keywords. When people are ready to engage, to buy, to book a call, to purchase something, this is where 30% of my resources and budget goes. And the type of pages are obviously buying content, buying driven or decision driven keywords keyword optimized pages, as well as obviously products and solution pages. These types of pages are difficult to create because you're going to need to bring in a lot of resources and research, but they are the pages that are going to drive those money keywords and, most importantly, avoid the zero-click search. So as you can see in this table, I've balanced 60% of all my resources on middle of the funnel and bottom of the funnel. And this is the most important part of a zero-click era. The funnel has flipped. It has changed. It's done a cartwheel. Está loco. My keyword targeting is now mainly middle of the funnel and bottom of the funnel. I am not completely avoiding top of the funnel. As I said, you need it for authority. You need it for expertise. 5 years ago, I was equally distributing the tables, and now they've turned and I'm focusing more on middle and bottom of the funnel. Now, does this mean that you should just hunt down 100% bottom of the funnel keywords? Absolutely not. Transactional rankings require qualitative authority. If you haven't created authority early in the buying decision, you can't just cherry pick the buyer into your funnel. You also can't cherry pick and strong arm Google and the LLMs into thinking you're an authority or an expert in a topic. But the good news is you don't need a ton of top of the funnel content. You need quality top of the funnel content. So rather than spending time on creating blogs that have no value or actually don't provide any fresh insights, focus on personal research-driven findings, resources, case studies, information that is unique to your point of view and unique to your industry, and highlight your expertise. So in 2025 and beyond, keyword research isn't about chasing vanity traffic and winning today to lose tomorrow. We don't want that. It's about balancing clicks that have conversion intent with content that provides true authority and positions your brand in organic search. You can't cherry pick one side. You've got to take the bus, and the bus is the full spectrum of the searcher intent. Buyers have a journey. Position your brand through the journey, and most importantly, focus on providing value to your audience so that you could be the trusted source of truth in your vertical, in your niche, and in your industry. Cherry picking keywords will lead to a loose site, and in the zero-click era, that's going to mean a massive drop in impressions and clicks and click-through rate. And if your site needs structure, depth, authority, and expertise, think about considering these distributions for your content so you know that your website can be set up as an authority in the space. Hope you found this video insightful. If you're interested in this type of content, please hit subscribe, and don't forget to drop me a comment if you want me to create more content around what's going on in the AI for SEO age and how you can continue to drive organic traffic to your website for your business and hopefully to set yourself up for more leads, prospects, and opportunity. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks and goodbye.